So what's going on YouTube and Y'all Squad? This is your boy Yocrates, and we are here to talk about Jennie from Salt Lake City, and yeah, her alleged, because have to use that word, alleged, uh, Facebook posts. Now it has been said that one of the posts, like literally, was linked to her account, and not necessarily that she made posts, but share things that are I guess we can say derogatory, you know. So right now I'm calm. Don't know how this is going to escalate, but before I get into the tweets, well not the tweets, but the Facebook comments, I do want to go ahead and make mention of what I've seen. What's up, Morgan? Hey. Want to make mention of what I've seen from her character on Salt Lake City thus far. Some things that are a little shaky before we get into these posts because they're quite alarming, quite alarming. I'm going to get to in a second. She's in some stuff. She's in some stuff. So the first thing I want to mention is her her being selective with who she wants to come after. Now, I forget what person said it, but somebody compared her to an anime character, and she had nothing to say. But as soon as Mary said that she liked her slanted eyes and that they were beautiful, she had a problem with that. Now, let me go ahead and say this before we go too far. Mary is a problem. Okay, Mary is very prejudiced. She hates her own people and she hates other ethnicities as well. So, not excusing any of the other things she said. I don't think the slanted, like you have beautiful slanted eyes, I don't think that was meant to be a dig. Now, you can't tell somebody how to respond or how to react to something that you say. So, I'm not going to invalidate Jenny's her feelings. I'm not going to invalidate that. I'm not. Because if somebody of a different ethnicity says to you that's something that you said to them, it's offensive, could be considered, racial, just let it go. Apologize, move on. Truly that simple. But again, let's not be selective because it seemed because here's the reality. We all know that Mary was the person, like this was her season to get it. We just so happened to get the stuff going with Jen. And of course, here Jenny go getting in where she fit in. Okay. I don't like that. Also, there are times that she has a black scent where she puts on extra when she's either trying to imitate African Americans or ADOS or when she is referencing Mary. Don't like that either. And she claims, "Oh, I just have an accent." No, sweetheart. Like I said, I've been wearing, I've been this pigment for a hot minute and dealing with people. I know when somebody's sitting here and trying to, use a certain act. Look, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. These are issues that I have with her, and then also trying to use Mary as her storyline. Not happy about that. These are things that just didn't sit well with me in watching it because I wanted to like Jenny. Okay, well, now let's get into what has been goings on. So these are alleged Facebook posts from her Facebook. Alleged. I'm going to keep saying alleged because I don't. I said I don't want to deal with all the smoke, even though I'm with the ish. Okay, but let's get into it because some of this is alarming, you all. So okay, hold on, because I be forgetting how to do this thing right here. Who is hitting me up? Oh, okay, never mind. Let's see. Is it this one? Oh no, that's not big enough. Is it this? Oh, I forget how to do it. Screw it. We're gonna go with this one. So here we go. So share this if you will not be watching the Michelle and Barack Netflix series. That one for most would seem harmless, would seem, but we're gonna keep. I want to come back to that one. That one I want to come back to. And another post where, oh yeah, George Floyd didn't, die from a cop having his knee on his neck. Oh no, he died from an overdose. Now I want y'all to pay attention to the dates because this is in 2020. And with some people, it would be one thing if post came from a decade ago, I could let that go. I really could. I really could. Because I really do feel that within a decade, somebody can change. I do, but not that. Hello, I don't care for Jenny Carter. Uh-huh. It came from, but I'm saying, but the fact that she is sharing, like allegedly sharing this, it's a problem. It's a problem. What's another one? Okay. I'm sick of people saying cops need more training. You had 18 years to teach your kid it's wrong to loot, steal, set buildings ablaze, block traffic, laser people's eyes, overturn cars, destroy buildings, and attack citizens. Who failed? Now, let's be very, very clear on who that was directed towards. It was directed towards African Americans. Let's be very clear. We're not even going to dance around the topic. And with a post such as this, that is a problem. That definitely is a problem where someone only has but so much training, and then you put them out there. They don't have the people skills. They don't have certain skills to be able to de-escalate a situation. And the first thing they do is shoot someone. Yes, that's a problem. But what is funny is teach your kids it's wrong to loot. Last time I checked, it wasn't only African Americans that loot, stole. Let's be honest. Early settlers of America did some looting, did some stealing, set buildings ablaze. Do we want to sit here and talk about Black Wall Street setting buildings ablaze? Better yet, do we want to talk about how European Americans, when it comes to sporting events, and they team lose and they get out in the streets and sit here and riot and flipping cars and burning stuff? But that's just called passionate, ain't it? I'm just saying because I want to know. I want to know because, like, again, this is very funny to me where you're sitting here trying to paint us like, okay, all right, but let's continue. Let's continue. I mean, well, this is just insensitive, you know, just saying. Where it was one more. No. Oh, here's one. If you follow the officer's orders, you won't get shot. That is false because we've seen this many times over where you have not even just African Americans, citizens in general following orders and still get shot. Or you have one officer saying one thing, another officer saying another thing. The person don't know which one to listen to, so you're trying to do both at the same time, and you still get shot. When they ask you, do you have a weapon in the car? Yes, I do. I actually have paperwork. Bop, 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 bop. Just so again, stuff like this, it is very alarming. This is a problem. And I just want to share this. You are absolutely right, Morgan. It is a big problem. It is a huge problem. Okay. And before I forget this, because I didn't really have anything written down, I'm just freestyling. This is an issue for Bravo. And if they did have somebody that vetted her, air quotes, that person needs to be fired. Now, what I believe is she and what's her name? Not Whitney. Lisa. Is it Lisa? Yeah, Lisa Barlow are good friends. So she probably was recommended and they just brought her on. But this type of thing, nah, don't like it. And then there was one. Well, and you can see there's more, but I'm gonna lead. Well, this one right here is just interesting. Just interesting. I'm not even gonna dive into that, but I want to dive into that one that was up here. And I don't know how I'm keeping myself calm. So let's go ahead and break this down. Hundreds of blacks. That's the first thing. Now again, not what she wrote, but what she shared. Hundreds of blacks shot and many killed, including children, by other blacks every week. Now, first I'm going to say that's an actual statement. It is. Yes, it is. Now, what we're not going to do is we're not going to see because this is one of those, and I say this sometimes. Well, we want to sit here and start in the middle or the end. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start there. Why start at the beginning? Because first and foremost, the only reason that this happens is because whenever there was unity amongst African Americans, dissension happened. FBI came in, other groups came in to sit here and put people in place to sit here and break things up and cause strife. We also had drugs being funneled into the community along with weapons and whatnot to create these gang wars amongst other things. So it's not just African Americans aren't just doing it to do it. There is a reason behind it. There is history behind it. At the same exact time, if you do your research, you will clearly see in every ethnic group, there is them on them crime is higher than police brutality for them. Okay, so Asian on Asian, yes. European on European, yes. African American on African American, yes. But again, the way that it's phrased, I don't like it. Wait, let me see what was being said right here. So she was so offended because of what Mary said about her eyes and said it was racist, but she hypocritically doing it here herself. Bravo allows this point blank unacceptable. I wholeheartedly agree. I do. But let's continue on. Let's. Over 1,000 officers vitally injured, some permanently by rioters. And again, the way that this is worded, where it's first and foremost for those who are really paying attention, when a lot of the marches and whatnot, and it's another word that protests were being done, nonviolent. But when you had other ethnicities attaching themselves to the cause, and you can go back and see people from various ethnicities, not just European American, you had some that were Asian American that were sitting here defacing monuments and whatnot and being caught on camera by an African American woman saying, "What are you doing? This is not what we're doing." And even a police officer who was European American that was in a blacked out garb causing some rioting and whatnot just to flee the scene. So yeah, let's not do this. And then again, if we're going to talk about rioters, let's not forget, like I said before, sporting events. People's team loses, a whole lot of people outside riding, burning cars, flipping stuff over, but they're patriotic, they're passionate. Let's not do this. And then we want to talk about officers being violently injured, but we don't want to sit here and talk about some of the officers that were injured during the Capitol riot. Okay, all right. Let me see if there's anything else before I continue. All right, what else we got? Anarchists rioting in major cities every night, which causes billions of dollars of property. I'm sorry, of destruction to private and public property, and you still think police officers are the problem? You are an idiot. And again, when it comes to this destruction of property and whatnot, like if I really had the time and we could literally go through and list all of the different riots and destruction and everything else and see where we play a role compared to other ethnic groups. But we don't have time for that because I'm trying to hurry get through this because I actually need to get my Real Housewives of Miami review out for episode 6. So I think episode 7 drops tomorrow. Nevertheless, back to this. But stuff like this is very upsetting, is very infuriating. And again, I'm open. Let me be very clear when I say this. I'm glad they did not vet her the way they should have because I like seeing stuff like this, and I like my racist. In this, I do. I like those people who are prejudiced and full of hatred. I like to see that too because I know how to deal with you. But it's funny how you want to sit here and peg Mary to be a certain way when this is what you are oozing and this is what you believe in. And her niece, and I'm gonna say, well, no, I think it was proven that's her niece, told us everything, tried to warn a whole lot of people. Okay. And the only reason I'm talking about this or talking about her is because of this. Because I've been watching this whole entire season and she just ain't been looking good. You want to sit here and gift now we just talking right now. You want to gift Mary? Well, I guess I'm done with this. I can come back on screen full time. You want to give Mary back the boots that she gave to you because in your culture it is insulting to give somebody a gift, something that was already used. But you knew that when she gave you the boots initially, you knew that. But what you want to wait to have a scene, you wanted to wait to have a moment. And I don't understand how nobody is sitting here clocking this and bringing this to the well, actually, her getting her getting the shoes, no one else knew about that except for her in that moment. So I understand it. But all the other stuff, yes, her snapping off on Mary, and Mary kind of like, okay, hold on, who you talking to? Bring it on down. I ain't the one. And the whole her and the anniversary of I believe was her stillborn child. That's cool. That's fine. If you got feelings like that, stay your ass at home. Don't come on no trip, because what we're not going to do is we're not going to use the fact that, oh well, today's the anniversary of when I had either was a miscarriage or a stillborn child, but that's that, so that's why I'm lashing out at you. No, no, we don't accept that. Oh well, today's the anniversary of when my mother died. Okay, well, if it still hurts you that much, stay at home. But what I'm not going to be is your punching bag. And I also believe that Lisa told Jennie, the plan is we going after Mary this season. And that's why we doing it. Again, I don't like this. I'm not here for it. This is very nasty. Now, I wish Mary would have did the reunion. I really do wish. But at the same time, I'm not upset that she didn't come, especially given the fact that you have women on other franchises of the Real Housewives that are allowed to say very racially insensitive things, and it never is talked about. But why is it when it's an African American housewife that we want to sit here and talk about things? Because y'all remember when Kenya wore the indigenous people head garb last season, and how she had to come out and say something where Bravo could have easily just scrapped that scene or did whatever, or made it to where Kenya could have addressed it in the moment. But no, y'all let that air on purpose. Y'all did that on purpose. It seems like every time an African American woman says something that is racially insensitive or racially charged, y'all are quick to sit here and play that for us to address. But when the European American housewives or housewives of other ethnicities say some racially charged things, we just skate by that. We don't even address that. So I understood why she didn't want to come. Plus, it's been said that Lisa has also, changed up how she talks or whatever and mocks Jennie, but that conveniently just never made it to the show. But she has been recorded doing that. But again, I'm not surprised. Bravo picks and chooses when they want to sit here and play something like that. So I understand it. I agree with you. I'm just saying, stay at home if you own one. Like, don't mess it up for everybody else. But one thing, even though people don't feel married, I do appreciate that in those moments she says what it is she need to say. But again, all of that being said, I am not defending the prejudice that exists within Mary Cosby, because she is very prejudiced, very, and she is a self-hating African American woman, very much so. But two things can be true at the same exact time. That's true about her, but now we also have the concrete evidence that we need about what's that girl named Jennie. I'm just upset not only that Mary didn't come to the reunion, but I'm upset that the reunion was already shot. So this really can't be brought up there. And it makes me think about Mary's tagline, "Come for me, I will send Jesus after you." My question is, Mary, did you do this or did your congregation do this? Because granted, this information was there for anybody to see. It's just weird, and it's interesting how all of a sudden this stuff comes out. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So if y'all got anything that y'all want to say to me, because that's really it. I wasn't trying to keep y'all long, because I got other stuff that I need to do. I'm behind on my videos and everything, so I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to when this video is over, because I should have put it in the description boxes, I'm actually going to show the actual website that pretty much has all of this. And again, I didn't even click, but like I said, there's more images, a whole lot more. So and look, here's one I'm glad I clicked on this, because I remember seeing this: never burn one building, never rob one store, never destroy one town, change the world. And it's funny how whenever you have, people who are truly racist, one of the first things they want to do is they want to quote Dr. King. Because we always want to go for the person that's nonviolent, but again, we never want to talk about how, y'all did, old boy. But it is what it is. Use what you want to use for your narrative. But that's it. That's all. I done kept y'all here long enough. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the commentary, the back and forth. And hopefully, if all goes well, you will get an actual deep dive on Monday. Hopefully, but the way my schedule is right now, I probably won't do another one until February. We shall see. But thank you all so much for watching and for tuning in. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all for the next video. Peace out.